There's a fifth dimension, beyond that which is known to man. It is the vastest space and is timeless infinity, and it lies between light and shadow, between science and superstition, at the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. It is the area of imagination. It is the area which we call the Twilight Zone. The home of Mr. Gregory West, one of America's most noted playwrights. The office of Mr. Gregory West. Mr. Gregory West, shy, quiet, and at the moment, very happy. Merry, warm, affectionate. And the final ingredient, Mrs. Gregory West.
Gregory? I'm home, darling.
Greg, not again.
I have to.
Are you working, dear?
Greg, no.
What else can I do?
Am I interrupting you?
Are you so sure?
What else can I do?
May I come in? I'll only be a moment. I just want to kiss you.
Well, you're home a little earlier than I. What is it? Is everything all right? Dear, how come you're home so early? Didn't you like the movie?
Not too much. Suddenly, I just decided to come home.
Oh, really? That's too bad.
Yes, isn't it? Been busy?
Oh, I got a little bit done.
Did you? I see you broke a glass.
Looking for something, dear?
No. Just seeing if your room needs to be cleaned.
I don't think so. What are you doing?
Just checking the wall.
Oh.
What is that?
Just my scissors.
Do you have a secret door in here, darling?
A secret door?
Yes.
Why on earth would I have a secret door in here?
Yes, why on earth?
Are you all right? Victoria?
Well, I don't know.
How's that, dear?
I think I may be suffering from hallucinations.
Oh.
Just moments ago, I was standing outside that window there, and
You were?
yes, and what do you think I saw? That is, what do you think I thought I saw?
Well, I couldn't guess.
I thought I saw a woman in your arms.
Did you?
Wasn't that ridiculous?
Yes. Wasn't it?
Aren't you curious about what she looked like?
Well,
She had brown hair, she was wearing a maroon dress. She handed you a drink.
Well, such detail. Isn't that remarkable?
Yes, isn't it? Ridiculous, really. I should know better. I should realize that a man of your taste would have nothing to do with such a drab, ugly little creature.
She's not.
Aha! Didn't expect me home so soon, did you? Thought I'd be gone all afternoon. Well, I've had my eye on you for some time now. Thought you fooled me, huh? Thought I'd never suspect the real reason you keep sending me off on one pretext, then another. Have to work alone. Of course! The famous playwright. Famous philanderer. Where is she?
Yeah.
Don't touch me.
Please try to understand.
Oh, I understand, all right.
But you don't. There's no other woman in my... How can I explain this to you?
Yes. How? Well, I'm waiting.
You recall my play, The Fury of Night. Dear,
What about it?
you recall the character of Philip Wainwright, who was the first of my play characters that I ever really was successful with. He...
What's her name?
What?
Her name.
Mary. but-
Mary. How common.
Victoria, don't. I'm trying to explain. You know I've spoken many times of how fictional characters seem to come to life. Such vivid life that they begin to determine their own actions. The writer may have some particular move planned for them, but they won't do it. They become so strong that they begin to take over the entire story.
I hardly see what.
Bear with me, Victoria.
I've borne with you too long.
But I'm explaining it. The character of Philip Wainwright was the first of my play characters ever to behave like this. No matter what I would try to make him do, he balked, flatly refused. He would not accept my decisions. He was real, alive, with a will of his own, you understand?
Only that you're trying to change the subject.
But I'm not. This is the subject. Philip Wainwright was alive, so much so that, in fact, one night, while I was working, in this office, he came walking in through that door. Victoria, believe me, he did. He walked right in and took a chair. A real flesh and blood man. I had created him. What are you doing?
I think psychiatry is next on the agenda.
Victoria, I'm telling you the truth. Characters from my plays come to life. I saw them. Talked with them. Shook their hands.
And made love to them?
Yes! I mean, no! God damn it. You know how I work, how I dictate my dialogue and play instructions into this recorder? Victoria, I can describe any kind of character at all into it, and by now, if I do it well enough, completely enough, the character will come to life. Real life. Victoria, they don't even have to be characters in my plays anymore. They can be any kind of character I want.
You should be put away.
You told me you saw Mary here, didn't you?
I saw her.
Then how did she leave? You know very well she didn't take the window, and you know very well that there is no secret door in here. I'll tell you how she left, because I want you to understand. With my scissors there, I cut away the portion of recording tape on which I had recorded her. And I took it, I threw it into the fire. There are still a few pieces left. If you come over here, you can...
Get out of my way.
Where are you going?
I'm going to have you committed. Let go of me.
Please believe me, Victoria.
What are you doing?
Trying to save our marriage.
Don't waste your time.
I can describe a cat or a dog or any kind of character you want, but I presume you'd rather see Mary. After all, I've created her so often that she's more available.
I'll bet she is. Give me the key.
Her name is Mary. She's 36, 5 foot 3 inches tall, slimly built, brown hair, light complexion. On the surface, a plain, quite ordinary woman, yet with that quality of inner loveliness that gives a woman real beauty. A tender, gentle woman, an understanding woman. She wears very little makeup, a maroon dress, her hair arranged simply. She's coming up the front walk now, crossing the porch, opening the door. She's walking across the hall.
Good afternoon, Mrs. West.
Well?
Why did you bring me here now?
Because... Come in, Mary.
There's nothing to be afraid of, Mrs. West.
Well, Victoria, do you believe me now?
This is some kind of plot. You let her in through some secret door and you tell me some fool's story about making up characters and you try to make me believe that she's made up and you just let her through the front door and you're driving me insane. You're trying to have me committed.
But I only did it because you said you were going to have me committed.
You want to get rid of me and have our property to yourself and share it with this?
I only wanted to show you.
Is that why you brought me here? To show her?
Mary, please try to understand. Victoria's my wife.
Not anymore. Not after this diabolic conspiracy.
Oh, Victoria. Can't I do anything right?
You still haven't answered me, Greg.
Victoria, do you honestly believe that I... Oh, here we go again.
Let me out of here. Monster!
Oh.
What are you going to do? I'll scream, Gregory. I'll scream.
What for?
Why do you do this to me, Greg?
I'm sorry, Mary. But what else can I do?
Again? I just got here.
What else can I do?
That's all you ever say.
Wouldn't believe me, no. Had to make me do it. Make me force poor Mary to... Oh, Victoria. Sometimes I wonder.
Don't bring me back again, Greg.
Mary.
Just don't. I can't bear it.
Mary. Oh. I'm sorry, Mary. But she is my wife.
Where is she?
I told you, Victoria.
Where is she?
Don't you believe me yet, Victoria?
Where did she go?
I told you. I uncreated her. It's alright, dear. I won't do it again. I'll never do it again, I promise you. It will never happen again. I wouldn't have done it if I hadn't been so lonely. It's just that you're so perfect, Victoria. So impeccable. So flawless. You make me feel inferior. That's why I created Mary. I didn't do it to insult you. I just wanted a little company, that's all. Someone I could feel comfortable with, not like a worm. You understand? Somehow we'll work it out. Somehow we'll work it out.
Don't try to stop me.
Where are you going?
To the nearest lawyer. I'm going to have you put away for the rest of your unnatural life. Away from your diseased mind, I'm going to live alone.
No, Victoria.
Yes, Victoria.
A giant, red-eyed elephant is standing right in front of my door and he isn't going to let her pass.
Get that elephant out of my way.
Stay
Hurry! Gregory! Bad.
You shouldn't have said those things, Victoria. You'll stay now?
Think you're really going to keep me here?
You don't want me to do it again, do you?
No. I'll stay for now, but believe me, the first chance I get, you're being thrown away in a padded cell. Believe me, Gregory.
I believe you. Well, I guess there's no other way.
How long has that been there?
Only since you and I were married.
What is it? What's this supposed to mean?
Shall I put it back in the book, Victoria? Or shall I burn it?
You're trying to make me believe
I'm
this.
telling you, look at yourself, Victoria. Regal, beautiful. You could have any man you ever wanted. Haven't you ever wondered why you got stuck with me? Didn't I just tell you, you're impeccable, flawless, the sort of wife I used to think I wanted more than anything else in the world.
This is another trick.
Why do you think I was so upset when you came home early? Not because of Mary, but because it was the first time you had ever come home against my wishes. The first time...
You think you're really frightening me, Gregory?
No, I guess not. You're beyond that, aren't you? I made you too strong. I forgot to give you human frailty. I'll put this away. I have no right to...
You tedious little bore. Here's what I think of your childish tricks.
Victoria! You don't know what you just did.
I feel so strange. As if I were about to... You don't mean to tell me you were right?
Her name is Victoria West. She... Leave well enough alone. Her name is Mary. Mrs. Mary West. She's 36, 5'3" tall, slimly built, brown hair, light complexion. On the surface, a plain, quite ordinary female, but with that quality of inner loveliness that gives a woman real beauty. A kind woman, a gentle woman, an understanding woman. She's coming into her husband's office right now.
We hope you enjoyed tonight's romantic story on the Twilight Zone. We of course want you to know it was only fictional. Ridiculous nonsense like that could never happen.
Rob, you shouldn't. You shouldn't say such things, Rob. Like nonsense and ridiculous.
Well, that's the way it goes. Leaving Mr. Gregory West, still shy, quiet, very happy, and apparently in complete control of the Twilight Zone.